I'm Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. I want to do a quick 2 or 3 minute video blog on here on the dissolving of stratas, and something that I'm starting to see on the MLS where realtors are marketing properties with redevelopment potential, or the potential of selling a strata out at a huge premium. Now, nothing wrong with that, but some of the things I've been seeing is they're already building that into their asking price, which in my opinion is absolutely crazy. I'll give you an example here. I've got a client, investor client, who's been poking around in Coquitlam area, and he's been going to some open houses. He's in the preliminary stages, and he'll send me some listings every now and again to get my opinion on them. He sent me one the other day. It was a 32-year-old wood frame building in central Port Coquitlam. And in the agent's remarks and in the public remarks, the realtor is kind of selling this thing as, you know, it's sitting on a nice sized piece of land. It's only 3-story wood frame. It's surrounded by other buildings that are of more density, concrete, 8, 10, 15-story high rise. But there's also a ton of lower wood frame buildings in the neighborhood too. But he's essentially marketing it as, you know, this building is going to be taken out. They're going to sell the strata fairly soon, and they're going to build a 10 or 12-story concrete building, and all the owners are going to get double their assessed value and make off like a bandit. And in my opinion, it's crazy, especially when they're already building it into their asking price, like it's already going to happen, and it's not. Couple of quick things here. I've done blogs on it in the past. They've changed the laws now to dissolve a strata. You used to need an unanimous decision. Now you only need 80%. It's cleared the way for, cleared the way for more stratas to be bought out by a developer at a premium price, of course, and then they will rezone it, redevelop it, and build, instead of a 3-story wood frame, they'll build a 10-story high-rise. Keep in mind, though, that in my opinion, these situations, what I call the white knight situation, are nice to have in your back pocket, but they are a long ways away still, folks. It is still difficult to dissolve a strata. There was just one here in the West End where the owners, over 80%, it was something like 90%, approved to get the strata dissolved. However, you have to get court approval. The holdouts, which was less than 10% of the strata, ended up prevailing. It is difficult to get all this pushed through. In my opinion, we're not going to see a lot of this happen for at least another decade. And in this one in Coquitlam, I mean, it was 32 years old. It still had a fair bit of life left in the building. The other thing that was crazy, I mean, there was all kinds of other low-rise buildings in the neighborhood that could just as easily be taken out. And, you know, let's face it, we're in the late innings here of a real boom here in prices. It goes in waves. There would be, developers would be taking out, there's also vacant land out there that developers would be building on way before they would want to wade into the waters of trying to dissolve a strata. So again, this white knight situation is great to have. I've got complexes in Richmond that are sitting on 10 and 12 acres. And I tell people, you know, down the road, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, don't be surprised if maybe you get a developer that's going to be kicking around here and increasing the density. They could increase the density 5-fold and still have a lot of room. But I don't build that into the price. Neither should you. I mean, you shouldn't be going after a unit that's already got that built into the price like it is going to be taken out, because it's probably not for a long time. And I'm seeing this now several times now, where it's in the agent's remarks, it's in the public remarks, that it's in an area that's being redeveloped, and, you know, there's all kinds of potential for you know, selling the strata and cashing out. And they've already built in a bit of that into the price for sure. Don't fall for it. Those things are nice to have, and it's always great to target a building that's sitting on a lot of land that down the road might be taken out by a developer. But I sure wouldn't be paying a premium price for it based in today's market. These things are going to take time. As I say, you need a court approval even if you get the 80% vote, it's still a lot of stages to go through. And, you know, depending, especially in these suburbs like Burnaby and New Westminster and Richmond, there still is definitely much more buildable land out there that developers would go at first before they ever try and take out a strata and redevelop it. So keep that in mind. You know, just be wary of it, that you don't want to be buying something based on that premise and have it already built into the price. I'm Owen Bigland, as always. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. You can follow me on Twitter as well for all my YouTube updates. See you next week.